Today we are in Jupiter, Florida, checking out a $5 million lawn care company ran by 21-year-old Austin Roth. This is a very professional, well-ran company. As you see, everybody's doing their job, knows exactly what to do. We're going to learn his management system, all about how he's grown his business using financing, and they've basically doubled every single year. This is part 2, so if you haven't checked out part 1, go ahead and do that. Leave me a like, subscribe, and sit back and enjoy the video.
That's your bucket truck?
Yeah, this is our bucket truck.
That shows a well-ran, well-organized company. Dude, this is madness. Your tipper?
Yeah, so this is our tipper, our tree truck. This is an HOA we do all the tree trimming in. So we did all the oak trees. Last year we did the sable palm. So this is a tree customer for us.
Guys, all day, every day is trees?
Yeah, so all they do is tree trimming. We stay super busy with it. So we have 6 or 8 guys normally doing tree work.
How far out are you booked out?
Right about now, we're probably about 6 weeks out. So yeah, we'll be booked all summer.
Booked all. This is wild, bro. How cool. Think like you being 21.
You know, it's like our work and our references speak for ourselves, you know, speak everything. So I think like in what we do now, age doesn't even come up. Just because.
What about people working?
People working, like, it doesn't come up as much because they want to come and work here.
That's wild, bro. It is crazy. So how is it that everybody knows what to do? Nobody, like you came up, and nobody stopped working. Everybody knows what to do. How do you do that?
It's production work, you know. It's like the cheeseburger at McDonald's, right? Like they're cooking it, they put it on the bun, they got the same amount of sauce on every single cheeseburger.
So who's
like,
the manager out here?
So we have a production manager out here for tree service, and he kind of helps arrange all the pieces of it, you know. So one guy's moving the truck, 2 or 3 guys are loading the chipper, 2 guys are doing the finishing, blowing, and we're moving through here.
Because like I could barely even film. This is probably a mile, half a mile, and it's done.
Yeah.
and I could barely even get up here to film it quick enough.
Yeah,
So I just can't believe how fast that happened.
Yeah, it's, you know, it takes time, and it's like we'll throw a new guy in and they pick it up pretty quick, you know, because there's quite a bit of them just working.
Dude, this is it. So how much does all that crap cost?
So that's all hardwood we're chipping. We pay to dump it all, so you know, a load to dump's probably about $100.
Yeah. So all what kind of trees was that?
So this is all oak trees and mahogany trees that we're trimming. So all hardwoods.
How much does that rig cost?
So the truck's about 100,000 and the chipper's about 100,000.
Can we go take a look inside real quick?
Yeah, let's go.
Why do some people use steel and some people not?
It's all personal preference, I guess, you know? So like our tree crews all use steel equipment, and a lot of our maintenance crews use Echo. So it's really up to production what they want to use and what works good for them. But we ask them to stick with one brand for their division.
Dude, that truck is sick.
Yeah.
What year is that?
That's a 23. That truck's like brand new. And then we have a bucket truck as well.
That's wild. To just stop traffic?
Yeah, they'll stop.
Is that the competition?
Yeah, so they do the maintenance here. We do all the tree trimming.
Let's take a look inside real quick before the traffic gets built up. This thing is wild. Pop that thing open for me.
So this truck's a 2023. It's an F750 diesel chip truck. It's built by Altec, and I personally drove it back from the factory in South Carolina. So it's an extended cab, not much to it, nothing perfection.
That's awesome. That's cool, dude. It smells clean.
Yeah, they keep it clean, so all of our maintenance trucks get washed on Wednesdays. Our trimming and detailing trucks get washed on Thursday, and all the tree trucks get washed on Friday.
At the shop?
At the shop. So
can we open up these?
So they have their saws, their cooler.
Ain't nobody stopping.
I know. They don't have time for me even. So they have their cooler, their chainsaw, their harness, you know, the water, another cooler, so.
Dude, they're hustling.
It all goes back to efficiency, so they keep all their tools inside.
Hustling, they're like, the boss is trying to look at something, they don't care. Just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
So wild. So like, you know what this crew, like what you bill out per hour?
So this crew changes depending on the job type. Sometimes it'll be 5-man crews, sometimes it's an 8-man crew because we have 5 and a 3. So sometimes they'll be combined. You know, but we shoot
Next to a brand new $100,000 car, you're throwing chips at it. That Escalade. Oh, that's.
But you know, normally we're shooting for about 5,000 to 6,000 a day in revenue on this. But if we're on a one-time job, we're going to obviously be doing more. But you know, we're doing an efficiency game. This neighborhood, we may be here for 2 weeks. You know, so obviously it's like Costco. It's a little bit of a bulk discount when we're on a larger job.
That's dang cool, dude. You know, there's moments that I just have a smile on my face and I realize, what the flip am I doing with my life, dude? Because it's crazy, and you got another truck down there.
So that's the production manager's truck, and then we have a bucket truck by the gate over here to the right as well. So we'll look at those.
I just can't believe, you know, sometimes when we go Like if you probably came to my company or a lot of other companies, if you rolled up, everybody would stop and we'd.
Yeah.
Nobody stopped at all.
Yeah.
You were trying to get in the truck and nobody even stopped. It's wild, dude. How fast-paced everybody's working.
Yeah.
All right, I want to see this this other truck real quick.
All right, let's go.
When you see the types of properties you're doing though, gated, like it's all starting to make sense.
You kind of see who our ideal client is.
Yeah.
You see our portfolio.
We don't have this. We don't have customers with this kind of street, you know?
Or the beautiful flowers.
It's beautiful, dude. I mean, it truly is beautiful. Wow, that's cool. I mean, like, look at these gates. They probably don't want me filming it, but yeah, what is this West Palm Beach or Jupiter?
This is Palm Beach Gardens.
Yeah, we don't have Palm Beach.
So here's the bucket truck here.
That's your bucket truck?
Yeah, this is our bucket truck. This was my first tree truck I bought. Or actually my second one, but my first new one. So that's a 2019, and then this year, or last year, we added the chipper truck. As we were expanding, we needed a larger truck.
How much does a bucket truck cost?
So that's, before COVID, 140, 150,000. Now, 180, 190. So.
I got no words. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I went through the same thing with being on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
At such a young age. Hearing you're 21 doing 5 million, people are gonna be like, eh. Then you come here and see it.
Yep.
And I can't believe it. You can really tell. I'll just be honest. Coming here and seeing what I'm seeing, and seeing all these guys knowing exactly what to do. Everybody's picking something up. Nobody's like, hey, there was a stick left. I mean, it's perfectly clean when you guys are leaving. That shows a well-ran, well-organized company. All right, so this is your bucket truck?
Yeah, this is our bucket truck. We use it for, you know, trimming palm trees, oak trees if we have to do a reduction. It's very useful when you need it. So, and then they keep their chainsaws, their harness, their spikes, their ropes, all their tools right inside the cabinets.
So I don't know anything about palm trees, but like, what do you have to do? Like, these are beautiful palm trees. What do you have to do to trim them?
Like on these ones, we really try not to cut anything that's green. We just will take seed pods. These ones were trimmed a couple months ago, but we'll take the seed pods. Anything that's brown or yellow typically is the most we do.
But nothing grows on this part?
Nothing will grow on the whole trunk. You have one heart. So if that heart gets cut.
So do you have to climb up that tree? Or would you use the bucket?
On these, we'll use a bucket. We very rarely will climb the palm tree if we're trimming it. You're really not supposed to climb a palm tree with spikes. You could single rope technique it. So occasionally we'll do that, but it definitely is more time consuming and costly for the customer. So we mostly use the bucket on palm tree trimmings whenever we have to.
How do you train everybody to know how to do that?
So we have, you know, 2 or 3 climbers and bucket operators. So normally there's 1 or 2 guys that use the bucket most of the time, and then, you know, we'll have 1 or 2, you know, that will be the climbers.
Oh man, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
So at what point did you guys start with the box trucks? Like, did you have trailers on a truck?
So we originally did have, you know, a dump truck with the trailer, and then finally I was like, insurance is expensive. I hate trailers for the tires, the brakes, the cables, the chains, the lights never working. So I wanted to eliminate trailers. So that's when I came up with this design of, let's do the box trucks, but we need a space to dump. We need efficiency was the goal. So we designed this on a crew cab chassis. We designed our side dump. We got a 16-foot box, which we were using 16-foot trailers. So
you bought an Isuzu with a box truck, like a box truck?
We bought the cabin chassis, and then we took it to a custom builder in Florida.
Okay.
That builds everything behind the chassis. So
Gotcha.
he built the box the toolboxes, the fuel tanks.
So like,
I
how
built.
much do you think that costs?
So these most recent ones, we built 2 of them at the same time. I think we were about 110,000 each. So
And that's not including wrap?
no, that's crap. So we looked at it as you're gonna pay 80 or 90,000 for a dump truck, 10 grand for a trailer. You're not far away.
Yeah.
You know, less insurance, less tires. It worked, and it made much easier sense on efficiency, and people know how to drive this.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell me your philosophy on financing versus paying cash for things.
Yeah, so I think paying cash for things has its pros, and financing has its pros as well. In an economy like today where interest rates are very high, I definitely would be more cautious. I don't think people are buying stuff because they want it. They're buying it if they absolutely need it, and I think we're in the same position. For a while, I think we were probably buying stuff just to be ready for the growth, and I think now we're really narrowing down on, do we really need it? Is it really needed is the question, and is it gonna create more profit for us? If we have an account that's not as profitable, why are we gonna just add another account? Let's get rid of an unprofitable account, add it with a profitable account, utilize the same equipment and resources we have instead of going out and buying more stuff. You know, so it's really, there's an equation that you have to factor in quite a bit of stuff to see if it makes sense.
Do you think that's you being more cautious because of the interest rates?
I would say the interest rates are a big thing. I mean, a truck sitting around and making a payment on it's not a big deal, but now truck insurance is very expensive. I think we're paying 650 bucks a month, so you're just wasting money to have a truck sit at your yard.
Yeah.
And on top of the interest. You know, I think when a truck was at 5% interest, it wasn't as bad because, you know, 80% of your payments go into principal. So you are paying the truck down a little bit of interest and insurance. But now with everything so high, you know, we want to make sure we're utilizing what we own. You know, another aspect to keep in mind too is if you have a spare truck. So I know early on in my business, obviously I was up and coming. When I had one truck, it was very important that I had a truck that was always going to work. New stuff will break, but, you know, less chance of a new truck breaking than an old truck. So
Yeah.
when you have one truck, 2 trucks, 3 trucks, and you're relying 100% on it, I recommend going new or close to new to eliminate the breakdowns. Now that we're at 15, 16 trucks, buying a brand new truck for us isn't as big of a deal anymore because we have spares. We have an extra one. If one breaks down, another truck can pick up the slack.
Do your guys, like, do the crews have their own credit cards, or do you not have to have that anymore because everything's at the shop?
Yeah, so we have everything at the shop, so we don't have any crew cards out. Production manager has a card, and account manager, you know, higher up than a field level, will have a credit card. So we'll go to them, and most of the stuff we have at shop, safety supplies, glasses, ear protection, we have that all at the shop. So there's not many occasions where they need a card to go buy something.
So let's say right now that mower today breaks down, it doesn't start. What's the process for your guys out in the field?
So they'll typically take it to a local mower shop, you know, and
Like right now?
oh, right now, no. And they'll call their production manager. Production manager will either take it off the job or take it at the shop at the end of the day when we'll swap it out for a replacement.
So your crew will continue working.
Correct.
Okay. And then somebody else will figure out how to get the mower fixed or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
So our biggest thing is we can't complain or let a broken mower hold us up. I mean, we're on a tight schedule here. We have X amount of ground to get mowed, and the mowers are the backbone of our company. We have to make sure we mow first, then we have to edge, then we have to weed whack. So we're in an assembly line, and if that mower stops, we have to keep going. Otherwise, everyone behind is held up.
So do you have basically a spare mower on a truck, or can they just manage with the other mowers?
They can manage, and normally we have a tight radius on a lot of our accounts, so they can normally get a mower from another crew, or their production manager will be that liaison and get them another machine quickly.
That's awesome, dude. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I can't believe
when you're
it.
doing production work, you have to really know your numbers in order to make it work.
So you guys have these crews mowing, and then you have 2 other crews that are doing tree trimming?
Yeah, so we have a tree division as well, so we have 2 crews doing that. And then all of our trimming, which is to us bush trimming, hedges, spraying weeds, pulling weeds, that's all separate from a mowing crew as well.
And it like, can you roughly tell me, like from when I saw you driving around your Atlas,
Yeah.
what were the steps if we were to zoom out and say like, okay, we invested in 2 trucks this time? Like how did you get here?
So it's
Dang
probably,
it, tell me the secrets of life.
honestly, because I was in school when I was young, I never really deep dove working in the field. Yeah, I would work after school and on the weekends in the field.
Yeah.
But for me to grow, and when I was younger and had equipment payments, I had to keep growing. I had to bring in revenue. I had payments to make. I hired, you know, a guy to work for me, so I had to keep him paid.
Yeah.
And that was my obligation. So I would, you know, consistently be selling, and I pretty much ran the business from school. So I think that kind of gave me a different advantage, because
So you always focused on the business.
I always focused on the business,
Yeah.
because I couldn't be in the business. I was at school.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of, by the time I graduated school, I was so far with training, and I had guys that were doing the work.
Yeah.
And I was still working on the business, marketing, website, Instagram, SEO, all that stuff I was doing, you know, selling jobs right after school. I couldn't go and work. I had to sell jobs.
You were in high school, you were running, and then you didn't go to college.
Correct. I didn't go to college. I graduated.
You're a dropout like me, bro.
Yeah, so, and I graduated high school as a junior, so
Oh, wow.
it was all during COVID, so like you
Okay.
weren't in school, so it was like, I got all my credits, I got everything done, I graduated a year early and
Yeah.
went full on into business.
So at that point, I mean, like, how long have you been running this many crews and things?
So probably every year we've kind of doubled, so now
Okay.
we're about 35, 40 employees. I'd say about a year ago we were probably 20. Year before that, you know, we were 10, and I probably graduated high school when I was between 5 and 10 employees.
Was it just finding like those key employees that helped you grow and focus on growth? Or like what was the steps? Like if you're trying to give somebody a tip and they're just right now maybe solo, maybe they have another person or a couple people helping them, like
Yeah.
how do they go from that to expanding like this?
Yeah, so right, I think it's, you have to figure out who
People are gonna be so mad that you're 21 and you have like, I'm impressed, bro. Like to have somebody have office staff in the office right now working,
Yeah.
having people come out here, and I see all these guys working. It's crazy impressive.
Yeah,
So I'm just trying to deep dive and figure out, dang it, how'd you do it, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is, and I visit a lot of companies, and I think a lot of people have this mistake, is they don't know who their customer is. Like, you have to figure out who is your customer and what do you offer. Are you commercial? Are you residential? But if you're commercial, are you HOA? Are you condominiums? Are you apartments? Are you shopping plazas? There's so many different lines of work when you say commercial. You know, there's budget-friendly landscaping where guys can kill it just doing mow, blow, and go shopping centers where they don't care about quality, you know, like a Walmart or something like that. But then you have the HOAs that we're in that are quality backed. So they expect quality, good communication, and we look to retain them.
So like these, you know, these are nice houses and they probably have a pretty decent HOA bill.
Yeah.
And they expect you guys to have everything maintained.
Correct, you know, so early on we were just spinning wheels, you know, we didn't know who our customer was. And that's when I really narrowed it in, is we want to be a high-end commercial landscaper. We want to be your full service partner, which means pest control, fertilization, irrigation, maintenance, tree trimming. We want to be your one-stop shop for your grounds maintenance. But that doesn't mean pressure cleaning, doesn't mean painting, it doesn't mean picking up the trash cans, you know, the dog's poop stations.
What happens if there is dog poop?
Well, there's always dog poop, but
Okay.
like I'm talking the trash cans with the...
So you just run over it though?
Probably.
Okay.
Or, well, we track it home. I know that happens. So.
Right. So you guys know exactly who your customer is. You guys have 19 really good, high quality HOAs.
Yep.
And that's pretty much your focus.
That's our focus, you know, so really...
How do you go about getting new HOAs?
A lot of them will come to us because we're really big on showing people who we are. So we will target some customers, but we don't target them to give you a bid. We target you to show you what we can provide. And oftentimes, before we ever even give them a proposal, we're in there, you know, with free information. You know, hey, you really need some fertilizer on this. Hey, you have bugs on this bush. we don't care if you hire us or not.
Is that your job?
Yeah, so I'll drive a neighborhood and I'll see something wrong and I'll let them know. You know, so we start to build rapport with properties of, this is an issue, this is what we can provide, but these are who our customers are, you know, and they often will know, you know, we do neighboring properties and they can see the quality level of service that we offer.
So you're not like focused on, I mean, you're focused on probably 1, 2, 3 customers a year, right?
Yeah, I probably have 5 target customers a year and that's it. And if I close 2 or 3 of them, we're good.
And
you know,
how important do you think all this branding was for that? You can't just be showing up to these types of job sites in an old pickup truck with no branding, right?
Yeah, right. So like, I think it definitely matters, but in our line of business, the wrap does not bring us more business. It just is a brand representation. We, you know, we don't want to have single homeowners calling us looking to mow their lawn, because that's not our ideal customer. We're the commercial landscape partner for HOAs. So branding is 100% important, but like, this is our advertising. We don't do advertising on Google, we don't do Instagram ads, Facebook ads, because our ideal customer is not on that platform. So our business comes from relationships, just networking. You know, whether that's in a community, you know, a business networking event, at a restaurant even, you know, we all go to the same restaurants as our customers. So
how do you find that decision maker within the HOA?
I mean, it's definitely, it's hard, you know, but you can start at property management companies, you know, and just hope that they help you and get you to the right places. But, you know, board members, it's kind of just, it takes time. You know, it definitely took us many years to really get a large HOA. And especially once you do get the opportunity, they want references. They want to know, what do you do that's this size?
How do you provide that?
And now we have them. At the beginning, it was very hard. There was multiple HOAs. We bid it and never won the first time. 2 years later, they called us back, you know.
How do you do that now, though, with pictures and, you know, we do this site, we do this site?
You know, they call, you know, we give them the phone numbers to board members or property managers we service. We tell them what the approximate, you know, contract size is in a dollar amount so they can see that it's comparable.
Yeah.
But a lot of them they'll call references, just like, you know, a resume. They'll call references and see what how their, you know, relationship is.
All right, Austin, can you give us some advice for people that are starting out or people that want to grow their business?
It's all relationships, and you only have one name in this business. So if you promise something, do it. You only have one shot, and you know, we have one shot at a neighborhood and we have to perform.
Yeah, so like somebody just walked up to you, they referred you to another HOA.
Yeah.
But if you do terrible here, then your name's just trash.
Exactly. And even if that neighborhood hires me and loves me, guess what? The minute this neighborhood cancels us, that word's gonna spread to them just as quickly. Like, hey, we just hired this new guy. I know you hired our last guy, but we hired this new guy and love him now. You know, so you only have one name, and word travels fast.
Yeah.
And if it's not good, it travels even faster.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything. Good luck.
Thank you.
This is awesome. Lucky. You're lucky, man.
I try.
Lucky Landscaping. How cool. So you guys set up with like managers that when you come onto a job, nobody even really bothers you with questions or anything?
Not much, you know, so it's really, we're working for the HOA, so the questions and...
Well, I'm talking about employees.
No, they all have to go to their direct report, you know? So if they ask me for a uniform, I'm not the guy for that. I might be the owner, but that's not my control. You have to go to office or your production manager.
Is anyone else impressed? I'm actually really impressed, and I think the branding is incredible, dude.
So, like, this is a production manager's truck. It's an F-250. It's got our branding on it, of course. Our famous line, your commercial landscape partner. We specialize in becoming their partner. Maintenance, tree service, irrigation, pest control, we're their partner.
Man, this is cool, dude. This area is freaking nice.
It's amazing, yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. So are any of these trucks paid off? Like, I'm trying to, because I see that truck
Yeah.
like what the city runs, and I'm like, how in the world do they, like, how do you even go about buying that or affording that, dude?
Yeah, so we have a couple of trucks that are paid off. You know, most aren't. We probably have 3 or 4 that are. But it really just goes down to building rapport with the banks. I mean, you have to make all your payments on time, and right, the first 3 or 4 trucks were very hard to get financed as a new business. Now, they hand money over, you know, left and right with no personal guarantee, because we've been paying every payment on time. We have bank statements that back it. We have tax returns that back it.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you can run a cash business all you want, but the minute you want the bank's help, you're not going to get help from them.
Right.
You know, so you have to know, like, you have to run a business legit on the books, because it will help you grow.
Right.
It might, you know, it might not be the best short term, but long term, if you're planning to grow your company, you have to run it legit.
You got a YouTube channel or anything you want to shout out?
I don't have YouTube, but you can find me on Instagram, Lucky Landscaping LLC. You can find my Facebook, Austin Roth. So feel free to follow me, friend me, and you know, I like to help anyone.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, I'm impressed. I appreciate all the information, opening up. And dude, this dude's the real deal. I appreciate you having me out. And if you liked it, leave me a like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.